So in our remaining few minutes, Ned, anything that what's your take on guys like the remaining Anthony Santander, Pete Alonso, and Alex Bregman are the three big guys that haven't signed yet, and then to a lesser extent, Ha-Seong Kim of the Padres. Those are kind of and then you got Jurickson Profar that's still out there. Some good players.
Well, the top three guys you mentioned are obviously can change a game, can change many games. I'm sure they're looking for the right fit. I'm sure they're probably, they're probably looking for one more year than anybody's willing to give them.
Right.
Typically, it's one more year. The money is, if you're this far along, the money isn't the issue. It's how long you're going to pay it. That's the issue.
Wow.
So, but you know what? We're not at the Super Bowl yet. We're just in early January. Still plenty of time.
All right. Let me ask you this. 2 more questions before we finish. First one, Pete Alonso, power hitter, 40 home run potential. Giants haven't had a 30 home run guy since Bonds in 2004. Some people say, oh, we don't want to block Bryce Eldridge, this potential star, but, he hasn't proven it yet in the majors. He hasn't made his debut. He could be great, but he may not be. As there's a saying, prospects are prospects because, but what's your philosophy as a GM? Would you want a guy that can help you maybe right now and then figure out what you do with the guy? Or do you say, I can't block my guy?
It's 2 different philosophies drastically. You can always look at a DH spot too. So it depends on how fast you want to become good and how close your rookie is to being not just a big league player, but a contributing big league player that can play for 6 to 7 months at a high level. And, that's going to take you time to figure out, and it may take some trial and error. Do you want to go through trial and error? Chances are that any free agent out there, like I said, is the argument is the term. So how long do you want a player? It really depends on what you're willing to go through, the financial pain or the trial and error. And that's something every organization is going to look at that different.
Wow. I as a Giants fan, I was born in 1961, but history, I look at the Giants in the 1960s. They were the best team that never won a World Series. And imagine if they had the DH with Orlando Cepeda and Willie McCovey. The Giants had to make a decision because McCovey had bad knees and was playing left field. So they moved him to first base, and they had to move Cepeda. If you had the DH, oh my goodness. How would that have been? That might have been the greatest murderers row in the history. Mays, McCovey, Cepeda.
Tough to beat. Jimmy Ray Hart, too, for a minute.
Wow. All right, last question before we get out of here. I want you to tell the audience and me, I love trades, you know that, but trades in fantasy baseball don't go down like trades in Major League Baseball. A couple of buddies talking to each other, texting or calling back, hey, give me this guy, I'll give you this guy. It gets worked out sometimes in an hour, sometimes it takes a week or two. How does a trade take place and when is it official? Because, if you make an agreement with so-and-so team, how does that work in Major League Baseball? Do you send the trade to somebody?
You have to have a letter of to document what you're doing, and you got to file it with MLB.
And so is there a signature that you send to each other, like back and forth?
You confirm it. Okay. And then you send it into MLB, and MLB looks at it, and it's got to be precise on both sides. Otherwise, you don't have a deal.
Okay, so that's how it comes down. So has there ever been a situation where you got a deal working and one sends it and then someone else comes in, hey, I heard, you're in on this guy, and I give you something better.
I don't know. Never in my career, but anything is possible.
Wow.
Same thing happens with free agency. You send in terms, and the agent sends in terms to the union, and the union and MLB get on the phone, and or however they do it, and they exchange the figures to make sure that the contract, the language, the bonuses, the no movement clauses, whatever it is, that they mirror each other. You can't be off by one point on anything.
Interesting. All right, there we have it.
All right.
Great, Ned. Thanks for joining us again, guys. NorCal Sports Network. If you haven't been here before, give the show a like, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, we really do appreciate it. Ned comes on here a couple times a month, and we'll let you know the next time he comes on. It's depend on his schedule. He's on the road scouting sometimes, and we try to make it Sunday, Monday night, whatever it works. But thanks again, Ned. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. And Lou, if you're still listening, I'd hang on to those seats a little while longer. Yeah, you might be all right. Probably in 2000. Excuse me. In 2009, you probably didn't think you were going to see 3 World Series in the next 5 years either.
There you go.
All right,
it's all
take care, everybody. Happy New Year. All the best.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.